time frame of this SGD. There will be two intermission in this SGD, so don't go out for a restaurant so soon. You could wait for a minute because there are two intermissions in this SGD. Okay, I'm going to start this topic today. The topic is seek your breakthrough. Before that, I would like to introduce myself to you. Little Toastmasters. My name I haven't introduced myself so far. I'm Angel Lee. I not only come from heaven, but also come from the same club as you, NTU Toastmasters, 2 years ago. I stayed in NTU for 6 years, but I stayed in NTU Toastmasters for 5 years. And so far, I had been joining Toastmasters for more than 7 years, since my sophomore year in NTU. That means I spent 70% of my NTU life in NTU TN, and spent 80% of my Toastmasters life in NTU TN. So that means I devote a lot, and I love this place so much. We are always easy to share our achievement and happiness on stage, but how about your frustrations? Although Toastmasters has such a positive atmosphere, you will still find there are some problems that stop you from moving. But had you ever talked about this with others? Because we all often talk about happiness and achievement on stage, especially via your speech. Aside from that, when you on this road, have you ever thought of what do you want? When had you joined Toastmasters? And how long have been thinking about these questions? That is all about the problems that I would like to talk with you. And this is the final SGD in this semester, right? We have a lot of chances to hear and to learn the skills and tips from the senior members, just like all the previous SGDs, no matter prepared speech, table topic, evaluation, or the slide design skills. We have a lot of chance to listen, to see the skills from others. But had you ever found that could you actually apply them into your speeches? You listen a lot, you see a lot, but did you actually apply them? This is a problem that we have to face. So 1 year ago, when I deliver a speech, I forgot to say that when I graduated from NTU, I worked in Neihu for 2 years. So that I stay in Neihu Toastmaster clubs now, in the Neihu Technology Park to work, not only work, but also join Toastmasters with the people there. At that time, I delivered a speech about how to strike a balance between my life, and the Toastmasters' life. Also, I delivered a speech about the breakthrough I found, not only in Toastmasters, but also at my work. So at that time, I met Beth. Beth invited me to share this idea with you, although I thought I'm too old to be the workshop speaker. But at that time, I really hesitated because I thought, do you really need this topic? As a people who joined Toastmasters for 7 to 8 years, I have another point of view. But you are so young, and most of you are the beginner in Toastmasters. Do you really need the sharing of the 7 years history of my Toastmasters life with you? Yeah, at that time I really hesitated. But as I go through all the speeches I have and draft the possible workshop for you, I found if I had ever listened to this kind of workshop when I was young, when I was in my first or 2 years in Toastmasters, especially in NTU Toastmasters, how will it be different? So I decided to deliver it, and here I am. So this is the topic, seek your breakthrough. I think of this topic for a long time because how to summarize my life, the essence of all my ideas in such a short SGD. So this comes out to be seek your breakthrough. According to my observations, when you stand on stage, there are a lot of problems you might encounter and stop you from moving. forget to a lot of friends on the way. Just like the people who live longer, but all your friends have left Toastmasters away. They had ever told me the problems that stop them from moving, so that they leave Toastmasters one day and then did not deliver their speech at all. According to my observations, there are two kinds of problems that people from moving that can be categorized into technical obstacle or mental obstacle. And for technical part, 60% of people get stuck in their skills, and 40% of people run out of ideas. What does it mean? Getting stuck in skills. That means no matter how hard you have tried to improve yourself, improve your specific skills. For example, if you care about prepared speech very much, you thought you spent a lot of time and all your efforts to improve it, but you just still could not find any satisfying and significant improvement. We do have some improvement, but it's not satisfied for you. It is not significant, so that you will thought, I get stuck in this point. Get stuck in skills. In another example is like evaluation. You always use sandwich skill. You are good, your speech is really excellent. Although you deliver an evaluation, but you always use the same style of evaluation. That is a kind of get stuck in skills. Aside from that, like GELE or other session masters, they are the same. You always use the same skill and no improvement at all. That means get stuck in skills. And another is run out of ideas. Some people will say, oh, I could not find any topic. This is one example. Another is that you always use the same way to deliver your evaluation. That is the same, run out of ideas. But I thought technical obstacle is only part of them. You're most likely to encounter them in your early Toastmasters life. But what you will meet later on is the mental obstacles, and that will also be the focus on this SGD today. Although you are still young and a beginner, you might have a lot of rules to follow, a lot of mentors to help you, and a lot of hosts aside from you. But if you know some principles and some problems that had already encountered by others, that will be helpful. The major mental obstacle could be categorized like this: lost or lack of confidence. Let's start from lost your passion, lost challenges or conflict with life and work. What is lost or lack confidence? We will start from lack confidence. That means you thought you could not make it in the beginning, so that you had never given it a try. For example, for a newcomer, you thought, I could not stand on stage and deliver a 7-minute speech. You always thought about this, so that you never stand on stage. And another example is that evaluation. Oh, evaluation is so difficult. I could not make an impromptu evaluation in front of others after a prepared speaker, so that you dare not sign up as an evaluator. That is the example of lack confidence. But how about lost confidence? That means in the beginning you thought, I could make it. You try your best to make it, but it comes out to be you did not perform well on the stage, so that you lost your confidence one time as time goes, and one day you dare not try it again. This is lost or lack confidence. And lost passion. Oh, I really want to make an improvement in Toastmasters. I can make it. I can be a good officer. I can be a good evaluator one day. But as time goes, you could not make it. Or when you become so busy, you lost your confidence to make it.
Next one is lost your challenges. For the senior members who stay longer, they will find, oh, it's just the same. I always just deliver a 7-minute speech.
A little bit louder. A little bit louder if there is no microphone.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Next one is lost challenges. It's especially for the senior members. Should we wait for a minute? especially when you stay longer, you will find it's just prepared speech. It's just evaluation. It's no interest to do that at all. That is lost.
Your challenges. Thank you so much. The major part of mental obstacle is conflict with life and work. You are still a student. You have schoolwork. But how if you started to work as a society? The problem will be more complicated. Sometimes you will conflict with life and work, so that you will say,
oh, I become a master student so that I cannot join Toastmasters at all. Or I had graduated and go to work, so I have no time to join Toastmasters. That is conflict with life and work.
So when we deal with the technical problem, we could move on the next part. The way to understand, you had already provided some problems you would like to ask today. However, is that all your problem? Actually, in this SGD, the first purpose of this SGD is to help you figure out how many problems actually hidden in your mind, so that we can solve them together. And now this is the second practice. Do you have a second paper? A second piece of paper. If you still need them, you can ask one from me. You are invited to use two colors of pen to draw your Toastmasters track. No matter how long you had joined Toastmasters, you could still draw a line, a timeline, or a track for yourself. Later, I will help you to go on the track not only for yours, but also for mine. We could go on the track together, and then we will know what problem we had actually encountered, and what the problems you might encounter in the future, and you can get some experiences from the talk today. We can draw a line like this. This is a time frame. You can do it as my instruction, and you will draw a track for that. One line is for status of passion. That means you can ask yourself, did you feel so passionate at this point? And this point is the start point, the day when you joined Toastmasters. Do you still remember the date, the actual year, month, and date of it? If you remember that, you can write it down. And the end of this line is your current status. And for the status of passion, ask yourself, for example, in the beginning, you feel so high, yes, I can make it, and it keeps growing. But one point, because of some event, you feel so disappointed. For example, you fail to deliver a wonderful speech on the stage. You feel, maybe I cannot make it. Why did I deliver such a poor speech? And you fall to the hole of this time frame, and you move on for a while. But later on, when your mentor asks you, inspire you to deliver another good speech, maybe your past status of passion will increase dramatically. Later on, because of some events, there was some curve between that. A second line for you, yes. And when you draw your line, make another line for this, and make a circle of that. And then another line is the level of competency. This one is that means your ability in Toastmasters. No matter the skill of delivery or your skills to be a good speaker or evaluator. For example, in the beginning, you thought it's just a plan. But later on, you got a great improvement, and then the line will make a curve like this. And do make a specific date of it, make a note of that, and then make a circle for every turning point in your time frame. And write down a special event that make you turn or make you improve, go down or increase or decrease of the status of your passion or the level of your competency. Okay, you can see this as an example and try to make your own. easy to make such a complicated track in such a short time, but try to make it.